Hi everybody, it's RPG Grandma. Flying owlbears. A while back, I had been on the net doing something. I think it was in Facebook, but it could have been somewhere else. Anyway, there was, a chat going on. And a guy had, a new game master had written that he thought it'd be cool if he made his owlbears fly. And all the comments underneath that original comment, and I think he was asking for some feedback, probably just wanted to know how far they should fly, was the 101 reasons why owlbears can't fly. You had the rules as written, folks. I kid you not, they wrote whole papers and posted it on why it's physically impossible for owlbears to fly. The rules and theories that it breaks, laws of physics that it breaks. They cited stuff. I am not joking. And I'm sitting there going, but magic, but dragons, but hippogriffs and Pegasuses, and none of those things can fly if they really existed in the world. Not on planet Earth. So I told the guy he could, do what he wanted, because you can. It's your fantasy role-playing game. Fantasy. Underline that word. Fantasy. All right? The main things is to consider how it's going to affect the game. Is it a small population, or are all owlbears going to be like that in your world? And if it's a small, unique population, why is that? So that makes some sort of sense to the game. But other than that, you can do what you want. And no, I was just so wrong. No, I am so right. You can do what you want. I've done all kinds of stuff playing D&D that aren't covered by any particular book. I have taken stuff from the old Oriental Adventures and imported it into 5e. Oh yeah, original 5e campaign was set in Oriental Adventures setting. So that means we had to, I had to figure out how to update a bunch of stuff. And it was an experiment, and we had fun. That's all that matters. The group wanted to kung fu it a little bit. So they got to. They got to be weird things that are, unique player character races that were in Oriental Adventures. And we had a good time. We changed all the dragons in the setting. There weren't any Western-style dragons. If it was a black dragon, it was a black Asian dragon. You guys see where we're going with that? The Dragonborn had a completely different background. The dwarves had a different background. It was all had to do with stuff in Asian mythology. We didn't stick to the European stuff, which apparently is all you're allowed to do now. I'm rather confused about the whole situation with the philosophy over at WotC right now, so I'm not even worried about them. But my point being, it's your world. If you want a disc world, you want a ring world, you want a triangular-shaped world, it doesn't have to be round. You can do what you want. If you want a world that follows the laws of physics and there is no magic, you could do that too. You can do everything in between, from crazy magic, super science, Star Wars-like science, fiction, to hard science, because it's your world. And that is why owlbears can fly. It was amazing. How many people are like, well, magic can't be the reason owlbears fly. I'm thinking to myself, why not? It's D&D. So repeat after me. If you're a new game master, it's your fantasy world. It's your fantasy world. And there's lots of good reasons to change monsters. People like to metagame. And mostly it's not that big of a deal, but it can be. People think they can win at playing D&D. You don't win at D&D the way you do, say, in a game of chess or a baseball game. It's you play the game, but you don't win in the traditional sense. You achieve goals, sure. You advance in levels, sure. But you don't win. You know, you're not going to get first place, second place, third place in the tabletop role-playing game world. It doesn't work that way. So they like everything to be known, and they study everything they can, so they can argue about the rules, argue about what an animal can and cannot do. If you keep the monsters unique all the time, tweak them so they're specific to your setting and your setting alone, right out of the gate, it helps deal with that problem. Because people learn right away, oh yeah, that dungeon master, that referee, they're always going to change things. And you know, if they call you on it, you go, yeah, were bestiaries in the ancient Middle Ages too. And they were often incorrect. So just because you read it in a book doesn't mean that's the way it works here on this world. Anyway, I gotta go. But that is why owlbears can fly. Bye. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Bye.